Hello and welcome to a new video from me, Blue Justin, still not blue, and this one is my first haul video. I've picked up quite a few titles recently, so don't expect necessarily all my hauls to be this big. I've been trying to check up on Blu-ray.com, not a sponsor, sorry Kermit, and I check their lowest prices each day, and if I like the title sounding, or rather if I like the sound of the title, and it's cheaper than it would be in Poundland or anything like that, then I'm taking advantage of any recent price drops. So not all of them will be, but the majority are basically bargains, all things I've been after for some time that have come down in price a lot recently. So let's get on with it. Here we go. They're in no particular order because I haven't got that organised, this being the first time I've done one of these. And so we'll start off with, actually I think it's the one that has arrived most recently. Doom Annihilation. Apparently a reboot of the original Doom. Obviously again based on the classic computer game, and this one I don't believe it doesn't have the rock in it, and but it does, despite the fact that there's only a slip on the original production run. Amazon is still supplying them with slips for those who are interested in making sure they do get a slip. So that's number one. Yamada, Way of the Samurai. I'm adding at the moment to my martial arts, foreign Middle East films, Eastern genre films at the moment, as long as they're a reasonable price, and this one certainly was. So yep, that's a nice little piece of work. This one was not so cheap, I'm afraid. This is the only steelbook, I believe, that was made in the world for Equilibrium. It's a Canadian steelbook, and I found it on eBay at a very reasonable price. It was marked correctly as used, but the person who was selling it was obviously a proper collector, and they had kept even right down to the paper slip, and it was so well wrapped it was like playing pass the parcel with bubble wrap for about 10 minutes to get it open. So yes, it's in absolutely pristine condition, and I'm very happy to have got hold of it. Another steelbook, but this one's relatively easy to get hold of, Tigerland. This is an upgrade from my regular Tigerland that I had before, which in actual fact I'm considering taking the disc out of that one and putting it into this one, because I like steelbooks and I like the case on this one more. But for some insane reason, which I do not understand, the original Blu-ray release came with a commentary and quite a few extras, yet even though they had that disc available to them, they decided, and that was the disc that I believe was pretty much available worldwide on all the Blu-rays, they decided to produce a brand new disc with no extras on it to put in the steelbook. What a bunch of class idiots that makes them. As I mentioned, I'm upping my Oriental Blu-ray collection. Yakuza Law. This is relatively well priced, and I haven't seen it yet, obviously, it's sealed, but it goes up to quite near to Yamada on my Y shelf. So it's part of the theme as well as part of the right section of the shelf. Sorry. This one's a follow-on from my updating of ones I wanted to watch last weekend for Valentine's. We actually watched. What did we watch in the end? Oh gosh, Bridget Jones' Diary and what's the other Hugh Grant one? Cut. And Four Weddings and a Funeral, he says, finally remembering. So I realised that I didn't have this one on Blu-ray, so when I saw it really quite cheap, unlike Four Weddings, I think it was, that's actually quite expensive still on Blu-ray. Don't know why. It's been out for ages. I just picked this one up to add to that genre. And talking about into the genre, another Julia Roberts. So that sort of joins quite well with the Notting Hill purchase, Pretty Woman, as you can see. Now this one, I'm very pleased to have got at a good price. That was down to being a member of Big Paulie's Chatting Movie Facebook page. It got mentioned that this set that I've been after for some time, if you bought it from France, then it was half the price, let alone compared to the recommended retail price. It was half the price you could get it for anywhere in the UK. And apart from obviously the French writing on it, which doesn't bother me that much, even though I'd prefer it to be English writing, if it's going to save me 50%, then I'm going with the foreign release. And that's what I did. And it got here quite quickly. In actual fact, it got here last week at this time on this day. So I'm very pleased to have got this one because it's been on my wish list for quite some time, and I didn't realise it was much cheaper if I got it from Amazon France. Which, if nobody knows, has not been really affected by Brexit, as long as you check your prices on the way out, because they've got a different charging policy for package and posting now. I think the problem is it does tend to be more of a fixed price, and then they manage to get around. I don't know what the rules are now. Get around the VAT and import charges at this end because they pay them at that end, and it all works out. Except if you buy something really cheap, then the package and posting suddenly comes to a lot larger percentage, whereas in the past it would have been relatively low, or it was even zero. So you've just got to keep an eye on it. And for those who don't know and who've never tried it, if you just go to amazon.fr or amazon.de for Germany, you can just log in with your UK identity, and it's the same password. It's automatically passed all around the world except Japan, where you have to set up a new account, I believe. Though the importing from Japan, I worked it out once. Even if they actually had things on sale that did have English subtitles, which usually they don't if you check closely, makes it incredibly expensive to get all the stuff over. So it's probably not worth it unless you speak Japanese, of course. June, not the most incredible realisation of the film, or the book rather, but it was recognised as almost unfilmable. So David Lynch had a go, and he was the first person to actually get something accepted actually into the cinema. I don't think it's as bad as people make out, but it really does help if you read the book to understand what's going on certain scenes. There are also, since this one, there have also been, that I picked up recently, the mini series for the original book Dune and the sequel Children of Dune, and I believe, though I'm probably wrong because I haven't checked it, there might be another film of Dune that's in production, and when we can return to the cinemas, we might even get to see it. So I'll probably put a scrolling something up here to say whether I'm totally wrong or not. Oh, let's have an Oscar winner. Parasite. I've been thinking about getting this one for a while. This is the steelbook. I did mention I like steelbooks. I know people finding going for slipcovers easier nowadays because, well, they're a lot cheaper. But I'm still a steelbook person. Hadn't seen it. I had a chance to see it yet, but this is the one with the 4K, the Blu-ray, and the Blu-ray in black and white, which apparently is the way the director originally intended to shoot it. Which I'm going to be very interested in seeing how that works, and more to the point, it'd be a miracle if I do it in the next reasonable time period, because actually getting around to watching the main film in 4K will be a pretty shocking for me, the amount of free time I have. But I'll actually put forward to being able to watch the stuff that I get. But actually getting around to watching the black and white one as well and comparing them, I think that's a bit of a tall order. Surprisingly, well, to me, cheap steelbook pickup from eBay. This is, which one is this one? Alice Through the Looking Glass. Yes, the follow-up to Alice in Wonderland, with Depp reprising his role. I'm actually now trying to pick up the steelbook of Alice in Wonderland, because at the moment I think I've actually only got the DVD. I don't even have the Blu-ray of that one. And this is the 3D Alice Through the Looking Glass, obviously including the 2D as well. And amazingly enough, I've still got a working 3D telly, so I'd actually like to get the Blu-ray of the first one in 3D and watch them back to back. One from Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Which year is this one? Oh, I can never remember which way around they are, sorry. No, I can't remember the year of this one. If I can remember, I'll try to put it up there. But it's Arrow, so we know we're looking at a good release. The special features taking up lots and lots of space on the back there. Really looking forward to getting to watch this one again. This is the one that proves how slow some of the deliveries are from Zavi at the moment. It was actually posted or ordered the same day as Yakuza Law. Yeah, Yakuza Law came in, or was delivered about 3 or 4 days before this one, and this one was actually delivered something like 10 days after I ordered it. I mean, things from eBay are coming through in about 2 or 3 days at the most, and I don't know what's happening with Zabi's deliveries. I mean, who did they give it to take that long? Logan Lucky. Yep, I know this one has been in Poundland in the past, so if I'd picked it up then, I could have picked it up for £2. But on the other hand, I picked it up from Amazon this week for £1.90. So since I'm a Prime member, I don't get charged the massive delivery fee on top. So it's worth it for me. I'll always keep an eye out for the prices. The only trouble is with Find DVD, if I keep an eye on the prices, it automatically adds on the delivery costs. So if I say, inform me when such and such a title drops below such and such a price, it doesn't know that I've got free delivery like I have with Amazon and Zavvi. So quite often it doesn't inform me of when I could get it that cheap. Hudson Hawk. One I've been after for a while and haven't seen before, but was a really good price. I found it on Amazon this week. Another genre that I'm intending to build up because I enjoy and haven't got that much of it is my anime side, and this is one that's come through this week. High School DxD. It doesn't say on it, it just says complete series. In actual fact, it's complete series 1 or season 1, depending on whether you want to go with the British or American use of the word. I personally like the American use because it's separated out from complete series, which is all the seasons within a series. So I'll just get lots of grief down in the comments, I imagine. Yeah, what could go wrong? It's an interesting sounding piece of anime that it automatically attracts you when you find out that New Zealand banned it. Hey, let's go. I mean, other countries banning something that the UK allows, no problem. It's got to be a first. Oh, classic. Damnation Alley. He says, checking the title. I knew it was Damnation something. Post-apocalyptic world. Was it? They describe them as vast vehicles crossing it. And in actual fact, if you look at the size of the vehicles, they're not that much bigger than some of the large RVs nowadays. But no, not a film that I've seen, but it's one that I've heard about years and years ago, and have been interested in watching for quite some time, and it turned up cheap. Getting there to the end now. But like I said, this was a big haul this week because I've been picking up the low-hanging fruit, the cheap stuff, and also a couple of things actually arrived that I'd ordered quite some time ago. Plus, there are a couple of bits and pieces appeared on my radar on eBay that I've got trackers on, and they were good prices compared to what they have been in the past. So I don't expect my hauls to be this big, anything like this big, in actual fact, most weeks. But that just means shorter videos so you can quickly watch them. So, okay, that's good. Right, here we go. Triple X, The Return of Xander Cage, 4K. This one dropped. I know I've heard rather that it did get a cheaper price a little while ago, but if it did, it must have been only for a few hours because it wasn't picked up by any of the search sites for prices and comparison sites. So for a 4K under a fiver, I thought go for it. I am still missing the middle one. I've got XXX. Always a dangerous thing to search for on Google if you're trying to find out where to buy it and prices. XXX Blu-ray, for obvious reasons. But I haven't got but I haven't got the second one yet, because it seems to be remain quite expensive or relatively hard to get hold of. I'm sure I'll pick it up at some point though, when it has a sudden drop in price for no good reason, as they tend to do out of nowhere. Okay, and the last one. Now this is the exact opposite of Banshee that I showed you earlier, that if you went to Amazon France it was half the price as it was in the UK. This is Mythica. It says on it, The Chronicles of Mythica. The original thing was limited edition 3-disc set, and it contains it contains 3 movies. I'm not sure if they're TV movies or not, but apparently they're reasonably good quality. And sorry about that. But the only reason that the other one was limited edition was that it came out 6 months before this one. They just went non-limited. And as I said, though this is the German release, if you actually so instead of going to one of the European Amazons and buying it there, if I actually went to Amazon Germany and bought it, it was something like 3 times the price of buying it through Amazon UK, where they advertise and they're pre-imported stuff, or they bring it across for you and then just pass it on. This was about, I can't remember, it's something silly, about 30-40 quid if I bought it from Amazon Germany. Yet about 9 or 10 quid if I bought it from Amazon UK, despite the fact it's exactly the same product. So, and it's much easier to talk to Amazon UK if something goes wrong. The only downside I would point out is that I don't think they do the Blu-rays in the UK, and there are 5 films, and this only contains the first 3. So if you do want to have the complete set, I think it has the Necromancer and the Dragon Slayer, and then you'll have to buy those separately, and those ones are still a little bit more expensive. So I've got the DVDs of those 2 anyway, so what I'll probably do is watch these ones on Blu-ray, and then if I really enjoy the set, well, that sounded like a bit of a rattler, didn't it? That's a bit of a shame, but I'm sure it'll be able to say. Oh, for what it's worth, I don't know if you can make that out. Just there, it actually says Vendy cover on FSK logo. Basically, it's got a flippable cover, and the other side it'll be identical, but it won't have the big age restriction logo on it, which I know quite a lot of the German ones do have, but recently, as Kemet's Ghost has been pointing out on a few of his videos, when he's got a German set of pickups, they don't all have it, and I believe I saw a comment saying that it's some of the bigger studios which are annoyingly dropping the ability to swap over the covers to avoid displaying the large, even more intrusive than our own, but not quite as intrusive as the Australian age restriction stickers or markings. Actually, I wish they did that in all countries. If you're going to have reversible artwork, then take off the age restriction stickers or markings, because you don't need them. Even the UK, I think it's Arrow that they have alternative artwork. The alternative artwork on the inside, if you use that, in actual fact, it won't have the age restriction stickers on it, because it doesn't need to. They just need to be on the outside and on display for if they're on sale in the shop. So anyone buying it has to legally be able to see the age restriction before they take it to the counter, and obviously the staff do as well. Anyway, that is my haul for this week. I hope you enjoyed this first video I've done of my haul, and I shall be back next week with another week's haul, and I hope to be keeping it up. But like I said, don't expect anything like as many pickups each week as that. That was quite a surprisingly large number. And again, I do intend to get my other videos out relatively soon. My C collection, titles beginning with C, and a couple of other videos I've got in the offing whilst I've still got a bit of time whilst I'm on a phased return to work. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching. Keep on enjoying and watching that TV, those movies, and all the physical media, and keep on supporting the industry, and let's hope we can all go back to the cinema soon. Cheers. See you next time.